RoamWiFi R10 Hotspot promises seamless, high-speed roaming in 170-plus countries with no SIM, no contracts, and data included. Either we have finally reached the dream of borderless pocket Wi-Fi, or it is another throttled hotspot wrapped in shiny marketing. On paper it shares to 10 devices, auto-selects the best local carrier, and throws in 10 GB for the US, Canada, Mexico plus 1 GB global for your first 30 days. Sounds criminally generous, right? But here is the thing, global roaming tech always hides trade-offs. I spent 10 days testing the R10 across New York, Toronto, and Mexico City, stress testing speeds, battery, and plan costs. I have put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 10 days of testing. Let's set expectations. RoamWiFi says it will deliver stable 4G LTE in 170-plus countries without swapping SIMs. Share to up to 10 devices and intelligently pick the best local network. Offer long battery life in a compact, pocketable device. Include 10 GB NA data and 1 GB global valid for 30 days, then easy top-ups. Pretty bold claims. If it actually nails those, it becomes an easy travel win, but here is where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim global, seamless roaming. What you actually get is good urban coverage that depends entirely on partner carriers. In Manhattan, I consistently saw 45 to 70 Mbps down and 10 to 20 Mbps up on 4G in downtown Toronto that dropped to 20 to 35 Mbps. In Mexico City, typical was 10 to 25 Mbps. Step into suburban dead zones or a crowded stadium and you will see single digits. Why? The R10 rides local networks via a virtual SIM profile. If the local tower is busy, you are just another guest on a congested network. They claim intelligent network selection. What you actually get is carrier hopping that prefers a stronger signal, not necessarily the fastest throughput. In practice, the R10 latched onto a strong but slower band until I rebooted. Handoffs crossing borders were not instant either. Going from Buffalo into Canada, it took about 3 to 5 minutes to reconnect, and once I had to toggle it off and on. That is not seamless, that is travel tech roulette. They claim 10 device sharing. What you actually get is a single-band Wi-Fi network where total bandwidth is still limited by the cellular link. Here is where it gets mathematically impossible. If your cell link is doing 15 Mbps on a busy afternoon, 10 devices will not stream 1080p simultaneously. With 6 devices connected, 2 streaming video, 1 video call, and some browsing, my aggregate hovered around 12 to 18 Mbps and one stream dropped to 480p. That is physics, not a defect. They claim long battery life. What you actually get is solid but not endless. In my tests, constant use at moderate signal delivered around 8 to 9 hours. Heavy use with multiple streams hit 6 to 7 hours. Idle connected in a bag stretched past a day. It is pocketable and light, but you will want a small power bank on long outings. They claim a generous built-in plan, 10 GB for the US, Canada, Mexico plus 1 GB global, valid 30 days after activation. What you actually get is a decent starter pack with a hard clock. If you activate too early before the trip, the 30-day timer still expires. Burn through the 10 GB and you are pushed to much slower speeds or prompted to top up. Expect throttling to sub 1 Mbps after you exhaust high-speed data, which is fine for maps and messaging, not workable for Zoom. Top-ups vary by region and can add up quickly versus a travel eSIM. Here is where things get interesting again, cost. The device runs about $121.59. If you travel occasionally, that price plus per country passes can be worth it for simplicity. If you travel often to a single region, a local eSIM with your phone's hotspot can be cheaper and faster. Network performance. In cities with strong partner networks, the R10 feels snappy. Web pages pop, HD YouTube works, and WhatsApp calls are clean. Latency hovered 45 to 80 ms in the US and 80 to 120 ms abroad, which is fine for calls and casual gaming but not ideal for competitive play. Indoors near windows is fine. Elevators and basements tank performance like any LTE device. Battery life. My continuous streaming test drained it in roughly 7 hours. A mixed-use travel day of maps, messaging, and periodic tethering clocked 8 to 9 hours. It warms up under sustained load but never overheated on me. No removable battery and it charges via USB, so bring a cable and a power bank. Portability and build: it is compact and light enough for a jeans pocket or tech pouch. Simple display, one-button operation, and an interface that just shows SSID, password, and data use. No SIM tray to fiddle with, which is the point. Plans and value: here is what nobody tells you. After the included 30-day bundle, pricing through the app can be all over the place by country and data size, and most plans have fair use policies. That means a chunk of fast data, then throttled speeds. If you need consistent high-speed data for work, stacking multiple top-ups gets expensive quickly. A traveler eSIM like Airlo or a local prepaid SIM may deliver better cost per GB, especially in Europe or Asia, where 10 to 20 GB local packs are cheap. User sentiment: scanning verified buyer feedback, the praise centers on convenience and multi-country reliability, especially for short trips across Europe and Japan. The gripes are consistent too. Activation timing confusion, variable speeds by city, and customer support that solves issues but sometimes after a few back and forths. Translation: when it works, it just works. When it doesn't, expect a little tinkering. Recommendation: buy with caution. If you value convenience over micromanaging SIMs, travel across multiple countries, and your needs are maps, messaging, uploads, and occasional streaming, the RoamWiFi R10 delivers. The included 10 GB NA plus 1 GB global is a helpful on-ramp, and the $121.59 price is reasonable for a dedicated travel tool. But if you need stable, high-speed data every day, do a cost check. A travel eSIM or local SIM could be faster and cheaper, and your phone can tether just fine. Pros: super easy setup, works in 170 plus countries, shares to 10 devices, solid battery. Cons: variable speeds, throttling after high-speed quota, handoff delays, and top-up pricing that can sting. Stay savvy, not sorry. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I have put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions or your own hotspot horror stories in the comments. Next up, I am comparing travel eSIMs vs. dedicated hotspots head-to-head, so subscribe if you want the no-fluff truth. Stay savage out there.